Oddly enough, through the horrible script, pretentious dialogues, and badly written story, I realized the intention from the very first episode. Of course, that isn't always good. If an audience figures out what you want to say right from the beginning, there really is no reason for them to watch the rest of the series. A movie, a TV show, or just about any kind of narrative is supposed to be like traveling. You experience and discover new things along the way. You're supposed to meet people, see great views, see ugly things, but the destination comes at the end, not in the beginning. The Weeknd said in several interviews that the sex scenes and just about everything else in the movie were not supposed to be sexy. Maybe that's the one thing they actually got right. The sex scenes felt disgusting because they weren't about two people connecting. They were actually about abuse. It's about people abusing other people in the guise of helping them. It's about how people take advantage of people's desire. Desire for fame, desire for success, desire for healing, desire for moving on, desire for something they know is something beyond their reach. Hi, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I would really appreciate it. And of course, share the video if you can. If you have been sharing it, thank you. It's really helping the channel. Please continue doing it. If you haven't already, please share the videos and the channel as well. Okay, many of you have actually been requesting me to do a review of The Idol. I waited until the series is over. There are some good points in the series, and I will mention them. There are more bad points, but unlike others, it's really not, for me, it's not about the nudity or the sex scenes. It's really about the storytelling. It was bad storytelling, bad scripting, and I'm going to expound on that in that video. Of course, I paid special attention to Jennie because this is Asian entertainment channel and she is the Asian that was given a lot of attention by the media. Okay, let's continue with the video. Great idea, bad execution. The idea, in fact, is pretty good. While there have been a lot of stories written about people taking advantage of people's ambition, rare are stories of how people take advantage of other people's desire to heal and move on and recover. They had an opportunity and they completely blew it. They really did not make any kind of effort to provide a backstory for the character. It's basic for any kind of storytelling that before you destroy a character, you need to show them as a whole first. You need to show me what it is that I'm going to miss about these characters before you take her away from me. This story just started with them already broken. So I don't know what it is that they're missing. Therefore, I couldn't develop any kind of sympathy towards the characters. For example, Optimus Prime has to fight Megatron or the world will end. Pure-hearted Ariel needs to find true love or Ursula will take her heart. In La La Land, Emma Stone's character needs to make her dreams come true or she will break the heart of her family and return to a sad life. In The Idol, I don't understand what Joss's problem is. What's her issue? That she doesn't like the song she's being asked to sing? That she can find her creative spirit? That she doesn't feel authentic? That would have been great if I knew what kind of music she was putting out before the problem arises. What kind of career she used to have? What kind of life did she have? I did not see that. I heard it because they kept on mentioning it, but I did not see it. I didn't feel it. If she doesn't make it, what's at stake? What is she going to lose? What will I feel like I will lose as an audience if she doesn't make it? I am not betting on her because I don't know what's at stake. This actually leads me to the next point. They said it, they don't show it. I've mentioned before that there are 3 ways to tell a story: by saying it, by showing it, and by making the audience experience it. Saying it is the weakest way. It's like me telling you I'm a good person. It doesn't really mean anything, they're just words. If I show you a receipt of how much I donate to charity, that's a little stronger because that's proof. But if I help you, that's making you experience my kindness. That's the strongest way of telling a story. In the opening scene, when Joss was actually in a photo shoot, the management team described her as young, beautiful, and damaged. I never felt it. I didn't see it. I didn't see her beauty. Yes, beauty is subjective, but the entire scene was dark and desaturated. It was obvious they were taking all the glamour away from her. How am I supposed to see her beauty? They said she's damaged. How? I don't see a single flaw in her. Apparently, she was cutting herself and that her mom died in her arms. But again, they just said it. They never showed it. Another example is in episode 2 when Joss was actually performing really bad. The director was so frustrated and then she said, Diane is out dancing everyone else. Diane is Jennie's character. I didn't even notice Diane, and that is not Jennie's fault. You've got 20 dancers on stage, everyone is wearing the same thing, and all of them are bigger than Jennie, like physically. All are most likely professional dancers. I mean, as a director, how about some close-ups? How about light Jennie in a lighter or brighter way to draw people's eyes towards Jennie? Again, instead of showing it, they said it. There was no characterization. So, have you ever wondered how you end up having a favorite character in a TV series or a movie or a boy band or a girl group? Have you ever wondered why you feel sad or broken when your favorite character's heart is broken? It's because you develop a connection with them. So when you develop a connection, of course, you want that person to be happy, you cheer for that person. So it's very basic in any kind of storytelling for the storyteller to make the character whole to the eyes of the audience. So one example would be in Lethal Weapon 3. Chris Rock's character is another policeman, and he was actually a minor character, but he was really loud, very irritating, very noisy all the time. But there was this one scene when he explained that the reason he wanted to be a policeman was because he grew up in the Bronx. And there, because there was shooting all the time, they always had to be on the floor. So he said, I did everything on the floor. I ate on the floor, I studied on the floor, I slept on the floor. So I became a policeman not because I wanted to fight crime, but because I hated the floor. And suddenly it was, he suddenly developed that you understand the character. Now it makes sense why he's loud, because he grew up in that, why he became a policeman. So suddenly he's not so irritating anymore. That's what they did not do in The Idol. There were very little effort to introduce the backstory of the character, to introduce them as a human being to the audience. There was this one character there, Chloe. She was the one who actually sort of verbalized a part of her backstory, and I developed some sort of an affinity towards her. Unfortunately, for the main characters, they did not bother doing that. Everything is disconnected. As I've mentioned before, I don't understand why I should care about these characters. They were already destroyed. I did not even see how they were when they were whole. From the get-go, Joss was already broken, sad and miserable. I didn't see how she was when she was happy, so I don't know what she lost. That resulted to me being indifferent to her misery because I don't know the difference. Tedros. I understand that The Weeknd was supposed to be the antagonist. He was never meant to be likable. He was the scum of the earth. I get that. But what the series missed is to show people what it was that Joss saw that made her cling to him, that made her decide it will be him that she will use. Even the worst people in a movie have something special in them from the point of view of someone that makes you understand them. Even Godzilla, who was out to destroy the whole of civilization, was actually doing it because she wanted her baby dinosaur. Tedros had nothing in him. He was just plain disgusting. Jennie Ruby Jane. Her character, I'm sorry to say, was useless. It wasn't written well. Actually, her character was not written at all. It felt like they plugged her in there with no backstory, no objective, no motivation. I do not know her character. I don't know who she is. Is she the real artist, the one that really loves art but got roped into the world of Tedros and has been trying to set herself free? Is she in love with Tedros and she's just doing whatever Tedros wants her to do? So, I don't really care about her. When she was promised the record deal and then it was taken away, I didn't care. I did not feel bad because I don't know what's at stake for her. Is she poor, trying to help her entire family? Or is she really a pure-hearted girl, but because of what happened to her, she's going to be the next Tedros? Obviously, there are actresses who are good enough that they are able to add dimension to their character, but that takes training, natural acting talents, and experience. Unfortunately, Jennie's eyes are empty. I don't see anything in her eyes, and that's really very important for an actress. I don't see the joy or the awe when she was given the contract. I didn't see the pain when the deal was taken away from her. I think she should have been given some more workshops and she should be taking acting skills. However, it's hard to get a break in Hollywood. I don't blame her for agreeing to do this. It seems her sight is really in Hollywood and she does have the potential. No matter how you slice and dice it, at the end of the day, this is still a series under her belt. Did it glamorize abuse, torture, and rape? I didn't find it glamorous. If that was the intention, they failed. Well, at least on me, but that's me. I don't know how it will land on other people. But I think many of the sexual and violent scenes and nudity were really unnecessary. There were scenes when Joss would actually wake up and her breasts were showing. I thought, why? The saving grace of the show, Lily Rose Depp. She was actually pretty good. There's a lot of emotions that she was able to communicate through her eyes. That's really very important if you're an actress. I think if had she been given the right material, she would have been able to display her real skill as an actress. But even with such a bad script, she still was able to take it there. You can see the effort, you can see the emotion, and I am looking forward to her growing more as an actress. There's also another character there. I think her name is Divine Randolph. And there was one part there where she was actually coaching the other character, Chloe. And she sounded so compassionate, so sincere, so motherly, so much love in her voice. Actually, that one scene where I felt touched in such a trashy, horrible TV series. There was that one moment where I felt like I was actually watching a human being. She was so good. But other than that, the rest were just okay. So as I've said, they had a chance. It was actually a good premise in the story, but they just blew it. It was just bad scripting, bad direction. I am so surprised that HBO actually approved it. But as for Jennie, I can't blame her for taking the project. It's really hard to get a break in Hollywood, and it seems that her sights are really fixed on Hollywood, and of course you just take whatever comes your way. But I believe that she's a very intelligent woman. I know that eventually when she is able to establish her name, she can at least demand that any character given to her, any role given to her, will be given a little bit of a dimension so that she can really present her ability as an actress. And I hope that she takes acting lessons. It's not easy. Even if you have natural skill as an actress, you still need to hone it. And I know that she's been busy with all of the tour and stuff, but I hope that if Hollywood and acting is something that she would like to pursue more, then she needs to do more to hone her talent. All right, I would love to hear your thoughts though, especially if you were able to watch the series. Let me know in the comment section below. If you have any questions, anything that I can clarify for you, just leave them in the comment section below. You can also get in touch with me in any of the social media links that you see on your screen right now. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. Would really appreciate it. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Till next time.